Hey guys, Matt here. I am here with the Des Moines Challenge champion, Simon Lizotte, and his buddy all the way from Germany, Jerome
Braun.
Jerome Braun. So it's their first time in Iowa. I'm super excited to have you guys here. We actually planned this before we knew how you were going to play. A couple days ago, we had Yuli on. Yuli said, Simon's got to come on. So I invited him on. He said he'd be on. This is awesome. So Simon, we have 4 stakes here. The way this goes is we'll try out the first stake, the second, third, and fourth stake, and we'll just kind of determine which one we like. So feel free to grab a fork here and dive on in.
Are you eating too?
Yeah. Sorry, I actually only had two forks here. So I got another fork here. It's all good.
All right,
so
well,
so this is the first steak right here.
Yep.
So yeah, just grab a piece and dive on in.
Thanks for the invite, and I can't wait. I love steak.
Have you had? I guess this is your first time in Iowa. Have you had Iowa beef before? So this is a prime ribeye.
Wow, that's freaking good.
Do you grill all that often?
I'm a dad and I don't own a grill.
Really?
Yet. But I'm getting married in 3 weeks actually, and we're planning our first barbecue in the backyard a couple days before the wedding. Nice. So I'm a huge fan of grilling. Back in Germany, we do it all the time, sausages and a lot of pork and stuff like that. But I think America is very good at steaks.
Wow, that is
very good. Steak is definitely.
It's like an $80 steak in a restaurant right there.
Yeah, right now, steak prices, that's probably just mostly a lot of fat there. Let's get you a good piece right there.
I don't eat too much because I got to eat all these steaks.
Yeah, it is easy. So kind of, here, let me grab that piece right there. Got a little knife for you guys here too if you need to cut it up. Oh.
Well, that's like one of the best steaks I've ever had, first off. And I don't see how any other steak could be any better than that one.
So Simon, this is your first time in Iowa.
Yeah.
Have you got to do anything else besides play? So like this week, there's the largest fair in the world, or at least in the United States, at the Iowa State Fair. Was there anything else you got to do other than just play while you're here?
Well, I have to admit that my brain is kind of melted right now because I just went through a crazy battle, one of the craziest disc golf battles I've been through in my life. So I am trying to remember what we did the last 4 days, and I don't even remember what happened. But no, we're staying directly in Indianola at the Hotel Pommier, or whatever you call that. Great little place, and honestly, I don't think we did much besides practice and play. Did we do anything?
just surviving, eating,
Yeah.
driving,
Did you guys eat anything good besides obviously the steak?
We never made it up to Des Moines to eat at the proper restaurants, but Indianola has this one good tavern that was actually right next to our hotel that had really solid food, great service. I've noticed in Iowa, everyone's just so freaking friendly and welcoming, and we really had a really great week.
Nice.
I'm so happy with this whole experience.
That's awesome. Yeah, we actually have a term for it, Iowa nice, which is kind of different than Southern nice, I guess. I don't know. We just coined our own term for it here in Iowa, but it seemed to work out. So, all right, we had the first one. Let's go ahead and dive into this second one here.
So now we expect different flavor?
Yeah.
Same steak, different flavor.
Same steak. So all of these are ribeyes.
Yeah, okay.
These are prime ribeyes, so there's different grades of meat cuts.
Saltier.
Borrow your knife here real quick. So, Jerome, what brings you here?
Simon.
Just Simon, just to hang out with Simon? How long are you here?
For 2 months.
Oh, wow.
But I'm also able to register for Discord Pro Tour, so I play the tournaments, and it's also a gorgeous experience, of course.
Nice. What's your favorite tournament you played so far?
This is very good, and Diglo was also very good. Yeah.
Yeah, Ino puts on a great event, and that course obviously is something else.
We actually go back to 2005, 2006 is when we started playing disc golf together in Germany. So his family is actually one of the more well-known disc golf families in Germany. They started like way back in the day when we were like 13, 14 years old. We were playing disc golf together in the junior division. So he's a really long-time friend, and he's a 1,000-rated disc golfer. So he's got game, but of course the American tour is.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's much tougher than the little German
you shoot
tour.
1,000-rated golf and you don't even cash anymore.
That's right.
Yeah, it's getting hard out there. All right, so we have the second one. Let's go ahead and dive into this third stake here.
Do you ever watch Good Mythical Morning?
I don't.
Okay, but they do a bunch of food tastings. They would do like a show like this where they taste different. So I love that show and I watch it all the time, and I always wish that I could be like a food taster for a living because it seems so much fun because you get to eat all this great food. So now I'm really trying to go through step by step on remembering exactly what it would taste like.
I mean, you're welcome to kind of hop back and forth.
We blend too?
Well, if you want, you beer cleanse your palate. Here.
That's good.
So Simon, you are a dad.
I have a dad.
And you're actually, you're flying back this week, tomorrow.
Yeah.
For some family stuff and then head into Worlds, or?
Yeah, so we're in the middle of wedding planning.
Oh.
And if you've ever planned a wedding, you know it's a huge pain. We have about 100 guests coming, even from overseas. My family's flying in. They also live in Germany. So it's going to be a lot of getting the house ready, getting all the wedding stuff we still have to do ready. Because I'm flying back to Worlds next week.
Yeah.
And then right after Worlds, I have like 4 days at home until the freaking wedding. And then we go up to Vermont and then Maple Hill. And the last couple of weeks, I mean, we were just in Finland 4 weeks ago. So it's been a crazy ride, but I'm just trying to go home, of course, support my soon-to-be wife with the baby. He's now almost 7 months old, so that's a handful of work as well. And yeah, I miss them a lot, so I'm just excited to go back tomorrow.
Now, do you think being a dad has changed your game, or how you play, or even how you decide to play?
You know, I've been playing disc golf for 20 plus years, ever since I can remember, really. So I always thought, like, even when I was like in my, what you would think as like my golden days in disc golf, between like 22 and 28, I was still like such a child in my mind. And even when I was 21, I was already playing disc golf for like 15 years. So I was so bored sometimes with the game, and I never had this like crazy winning mentality, because I never really cared about winning. Of course, I want to play well and entertain the fans and stuff like that, but I could do that with YouTube, and I did trick shots on Instagram and stuff. So I always thought that my best years as like a pro disc golfer were still to come, when I like grow up and like the showing off kind of thing. The trick shots are not like a big deal for me anymore, and just more mature kind of disc golf style.
So you think your game's maturing a little bit more?
Yeah, and of course, being a dad, your whole the world changes completely, and you have so much different responsibilities. And I mean, it sounds a bit cliche, but it's like you stop playing for yourself, you like play for your family. Like my wife quit her job, and I'm like the full-time support now financially for the family. So I'm like, I gotta focus and I gotta do my job well.
Now,
and of course it helps. Also, my injury. My elbow is freaking hurt still. My therapist said it's never going to be back to perfect. And as weird as it sounds, but that might actually help my game. Because I can't throw these crazy shots. I can't throw 100% shots. I mean, I can do 1 or 2 a day, but I feel it every time in my elbow. And I can throw like 4 or 5 sidearms per day only. But my sidearms are like better than ever right now. The 4 or 5 I throw per day are actually really on point. So my injury plus getting older, maturing, and then the family at home, I think all in all just make me a better disc golfer, because I'm just kind of like calming down and just more relaxed.
Like, does it ever come into a specific shot, like your family, like you have, I don't know, I mean, the putt for the win, or just you might go OB and that might, change what position you're going to finish. Like, you're like, oh, if I don't make this putt, I drop a few points or whatever. Does that ever come during the round, or is it just kind of a whole game thing kind of thing?
Golf is such a mental battle with yourself I love single sports. I play a lot of darts, a lot of pool, where it's like once you have like the physical skill set and you kind of know what you can do and you can compete, it's all in your head. And for me, it's really important, my pre-tournament routine, my pre-round routine, just to get my mindset right. Because that's, at the end of the day, disc golf, any golf, or almost any sport you play by yourself, against yourself basically, is it's all in your head. So during the rounds, before the rounds, I really got to find the zone, more or less the zone, where you're like just play your game. It sounds weird because I just won a crazy 4-hole playoff, but under pressure, like if I put pressure on myself, if it's my sponsors or the fans or even money, like if I think too much about that stuff, I like crumble, and it makes me really upset to play bad if I have this pressure on myself. So I need to practice a lot getting all that out of my head before a round, or even before every single shot. Just think about, you're just here to have fun. Everyone out here just wants you to do well and is supportive no matter how you play. But the voice in your head sometimes is hard. It's hard to turn off. Like, of course, I think like, oh, everyone's gonna be disappointed if I miss this putt. Everyone's gonna be. I just feel like the more people root for me, I feel like it's more pressure on my shoulders. But you gotta like turn that into a positive somehow. Which sometimes I do it well, sometimes I don't. Like at Ledgestone last week, I went into round 2, I think it was. Totally wrong mindset. I was like, again, like, oh, you gotta win. You've been playing well this year. Everyone expects you to do well. And I crumbled, and I missed a short putt, and like one of my favorite discs in my bag, I freaking twisted up and tacoed it at a broken half, like my P1 Ace. I call it P1 Ace on my YouTube channel. It's been in my bag for like 3+ years. One of my favorite discs, and I destroyed it after I missed like a 20-footer, just because of my brain just wasn't there. And it still happens. You can't be perfect every week, but this week I think no matter if I would have won or not, I would have been totally fine no matter what, because I just went into the rounds and into the tournament with the right mindset.
That's awesome.
That's a long answer. Sorry.
No, it was great. Yeah, no, let's dive into this fourth steak here.
Okay. Finally, another steak.
Yeah.
I want this piece to look perfect. Oh.
So you've obviously had a really successful year. I mean, this is your 3rd Elite Series win. You're tied with Rick for the most number of Elite Series wins this year.
That sounds just crazy.
You have a couple second place finishes. You have the World Championships coming up. How do you prepare for the World Championship with all the stuff that you have going on?
That's a great question. I think the more I treat it like just another pro tour or just another event, the better it is for my mental game. I don't know if it's weird or not the way I do it, but I just can't overthink stuff. That's why when I travel to tournaments, I like 1 day of practice. Because, oh, the lights are going out.
Oh, well,
we lost the light.
It's okay. They can still see us.
Yeah, so, no, I like to play 1 practice round, and Worlds is obviously 2 courses, so I have 2 days to practice. I know a lot of my competitors are going to be out there like a week in advance, playing every course 5, 6, 7 times to feel like they really dial in every shot. But for me, this over preparation, this feeling like, I don't know, I feel like if I practice a hole too many times, and obviously every time you throw a shot it'll be slightly different, and that just, if I throw a hole 10 times, it just creates 10 different options I now have in my brain about how I could possibly throw this hole. But if I only have 1 or 2 shots, I know what works, I know what doesn't work. I've thrown every shot a billion times in this sport, of course. So I just feel like for me, preparation-wise, just keep it as simple as possible. I need to see the course once. I need to know my disc, I need to know my shots. And then disc golf, I got a lot of great breaks today. Disc golf is a bit fluky sometimes.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Sometimes you just got to step back, throw your shots, and hope for the best. And I think that's how I'm going to go into Worlds. Just try to blend all my success this year out, and all the pressure that the expectations people have of me, just try to not think about that, and just play.
Yeah.
That's when I do my best.
Now, as a fan, I don't really feel like it's expectation. I know you might. We're just rooting for you, and we're happy to see you succeed.
I know, but my brain twists that into they expect me to win, or they want so badly to see me win that I feel like I'm letting everyone down if I don't.
You know, I personally feel like we're just happy to see you throw. We're happy to see you healthy, and you know, you're fun, you're exciting, you're genuine. It's just great to see, and I think that's a lot of times why they're your fan, because you know you're just a fun person. Now, do you think being 5 rounds, does that change how you prepare, or do you think that changes how other people prepare, their body, or you know, since it is a little bit longer?
I think it's great that Worlds is longer because we treat the title as the title in disc golf. Like if you win Worlds, it's almost like not quite there yet, but it's almost like you're set for life. Your signature disc, your fans. Wow, we're having a disco in here.
Oh yeah, we're losing all the lights. All right, we're just gonna turn on the house lights.
Nice.
And just finish this out. Yeah.
No, I think it's great that Worlds is a different format because it's the biggest title. I think it should be almost like a disc golf marathon, and the best player will win every time. And it's not a fluke. It's 5 rounds, 5 rounds of 18 holes. Like the winner of Worlds won't be
that they just got hot for a couple rounds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it changes any preparation for most players. I think it's just, it's our job. We do it week in and week out. So I think most of the guys that are the common, like, top 10 guys, they all know what they're doing. They do it their own way, and I just like to keep it simple.
Nice. All right, well, so we've tried all 4 stakes. So what I'll have you do is just rank them. Like, so this was stake 1, this was stake 2, this was stake 3, and stake 4. So if it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, or 3, 2, 1, 4, or whatever.
I gotta try 1 again because I felt like 1 was my favorite, but I don't know if it only was my favorite because it was the first.
There is a bias there sometimes. Yeah. You know, this is the first stake, especially if you were hungry. Frankly, they were all good. This might not toot my own horn, but this might have been the best stake I've ever cooked. And I'm really glad.
I'm
really glad it was because I was under a little pressure of trying to cook a great steak, and these turned out fantastic.
How am I going to rank this? They're just all great. It's like ranking disc golf courses that are all just like the best courses in the world. It's like, what's the point? What's the point at this place to rank this? But I would say that number 1 was my favorite.
Number 1's your favorite?
I feel like it's the most simple. I don't know if that translates to what kind of seasoning that was, but it felt like the most, I don't know, like just the most real steak experience. The other ones were a bit overpowering. I could be wrong, but that's what I tasted.
How about, Jerome, how about for you? What was your favorite?
I feel what Simon said, but I actually like third one.
Third one?
There's
Yeah.
a
Third one?
like a little bit mushroom. I don't know if it's true, but I like it. I also like 2. It's not that salty, I feel like.
I thought 2 was the saltiest.
Yeah.
You know, everybody has different palates.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll
but they're all perfect for my taste.
Good. I'm glad you guys are happy.
Would you say they all taste like significantly different? Like for me,
I think they were all very similar.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's kind of the point. Sometimes, like if they're significantly different, then people can kind of guess which seasoning is which, and I try to avoid that. So the first seasoning is, so I have one seasoning that's the same seasoning every time.
All right.
Because it's my personal favorite seasoning. And that first seasoning is the ultimate steak and roast rub.
That's your favorite?
And
I chose it?
Yeah. So, you know, it's about 50-50. Some people, this is their favorite, and then others, sometimes it's their least favorite. But this one actually turned out to be his favorite. It's the ultimate steak and roast rub from Excalibur. It's made in Peoria, Illinois, so not too far away from here.
I wonder if it wasn't first, if I would have still chosen it. I really would like to know that.
You know, and sometimes I switch it in the order. You never know. Maybe next year, if we have the Des Moines Challenge, we can have you back. We can do another one of these, and we can kind of switch the order and try some different seasonings. The second seasoning was some special shit.
Special shit?
Special shit, just for you.
That's my new favorite name for a seasoning.
So this company, Big Cock
Ranch.
Ranch, all of their seasonings have shit in it of some sort. So it's either bullshit, special shit, full of shit, or something like that. They have pretty funny names.
I am a fan of that. But it was too salty for me.
The third seasoning was just some random seasoning I picked up at a grocery store. It's called Historic Lynchburg Steak and Burger Seasoning. And then the last seasoning's one that the last two steak battles we did ended up turning out to be Yeti's and Yuli's favorite. And Gavin Russell.
That was my number 2.
It was just salt and pepper. Now, this is kind of a fancier salt and pepper. This is whiskey barrel smoked salt and pepper. But yeah, so that was the last one. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all we got. I really appreciate you coming, checking this out. And, you know, hopefully I can have you on again, maybe next year for the Des Moines Challenge. I try to defend your title or another time. But this was Steak Battle, Season 4, Episode 6. And we'll see you guys next time. Appreciate it. This was awesome.
That was so good.
Very good.
Wow.
Oh, the last one is very good.
Yeah, the last one is
so
pretty,
feel free to
really
dive
good.
in, guys.